What is up? I'm going to discuss the four stages of change, how to change your beliefs, how to change how you feel, how to change your thoughts. And it's very impactful because if you know a process, if you know the four stages, you can essentially change the thoughts that you're thinking, how you're feeling, your emotions you're experiencing, the actions that you're taking, the behaviors that you take, and then change the end result in your life so you can take more control of your financial situation. You can take more control of your relationships, your business, anything in your life. So number one of the first stage is awareness. You need to become aware of that belief. You need to become aware of the thing that scares you. You need to become aware of that thought. You need to become aware of that thinking, because the truth is the only reason that you're not experiencing the results that you want to have in your life, and there should be a gap right now, because if there is no gap, it means you're not having any growth, or you'd already be experiencing that. So be happy for that gap. Hey, Nikki, I'm glad to see you on here. Awareness is number one. So you can't change unless you know it exists. Okay, you can't change unless you know it exists. And for most people, 97% of people are running an automatic program, beliefs, habits, and emotions that are conditioning themselves. They're already conditioned, actually, to experience what they're experiencing, to feel what they feel. And you can't change that until you go inside. It's an inside game. Most of us are taught to live from the outside in, to look at events, to look at our bank account, to look at our results, our relationships, and then dictate the thoughts that we want to have. So what we need to do is we need to work from the inside out, okay, from the inside out, not the outside in, and we need to become aware of our thoughts. Isn't that crazy to say that some people are not aware of that, just automatically going through their days in autopilot? It's okay if that's you. I'm guilty of that sometimes. I think most of us are, but I'm letting you know that the first stage is awareness, okay? And the second one is understanding. You need to understand that you are not your thoughts, okay? And know where your thinking comes from. It comes from other people. It comes from a power that flows into and through you. Comes from your parents, your teachers, your mentors, people around you, other people that have been conditioned by other people, generations. Beliefs go down from generation to generation to generation, and what you believe you experience. So you need to learn how to first have awareness, number one. Step number two, understand that, and know that it comes from outside of you. And know that you have the ability to accept or reject any idea, but I wouldn't reject this. I would listen in here. I would take notes on these concepts. So you need to understand that. And then step number three is to separate. Realize that this thought or thinking isn't you, and separate from it. So you want to know what your big goal is, a big goal that excites you and scares you, and you want to decide where you want to go and hold on to that. Okay, so what you want to be doing is you want to focus on the outcome. You want to focus on that big goal, and you want to fill in the gap to get there. If you start with the end results and you focus on what do I need to think, who do I need to be, who do I need to become, what actions do I need to take, how do I need to walk, how do I need to talk to be the person who has hit that end goal, then you can fill in the actions that you need to do. An example is this. I have a goal to speak in 15,000 people on stage. Okay? I told my clients this earlier. No one's going to call me up at this state in my career. No one's going to call me on the phone. I believe in infinite possibilities, so I'm not going to say no one, but most likely someone's not going to call me up and then say, hey, Dana, do you want to speak next week in front of 15,000 people? It could happen. Be grateful for that if it does, but the odds are against me. I think you'd agree with that. So my point of this is the first step to doing that is that I had a belief that I was a horrible public speaker. I had a belief that I was scared to public speak. Speaking was not for me because I had speech impediment. I was in extra help classes till I was 16 years old. I remember going up in front of the college class and I didn't prepare well and stuttering and stammering and getting all red and embarrassed and screwing up my whole speech. And I set an identity saying that I am not a public speaker. I will never public speak in my whole life because it was safe. And it doesn't mean it's the truth. So think about in your life, what's that belief that has no foundation, that has no truth to it, but we have made it part of our self-image and our personality. And our personality is really our personal reality. If you think about it that way, that's what Joe Dispenza says. So you want to My point here is at the end goal of the 15,000 people, my first step now was to do the coaching, to do live videos, to do stand-up comedy, do improv, do Toastmasters, to fill in that gap to eventually get to the 15,000 people goal. So you want to separate yourself from those negative beliefs and those limiting beliefs so that you can actually take action on your goal. Because a lot of people talk about the law of attraction, but it's the law of traction. Action is the key. And to integrate your belief with your behavior, that's called praxis. I just taught my clients about this. It's called praxis, to integrate your belief with your behavior, aka to take action on that, okay? So it's separation. Hey, Ashley. And yes, separate. Ashley, we got to talk soon. And then number 4 is reconditioning. Okay, what does that mean? It means to introduce what thoughts and feelings you want to experience. What would it feel like to speak in front of 15,000 people? What would it feel like to inspire people? What would it feel like to inspire people through social media, to go live on that video, to start a business? What kind of beliefs would I need to take to get this feeling, to take the action? Because even think about this. Tony Robbins talked about this on his 5-day event, if you were on it. He talked about state, story, and strategy. You need to control your state, what you put in your body, how you move your body, the things that you feed your mind, so that you can attach a focus and a meaning to the story. So a better belief, a new perception, the way that you think of things. When you change yourself, you'll change the way that you see things and how people see you. It will reflect the results that you're doing and the actions that you're taking. And then you can apply the strategy afterwards. Okay, so it's 95% mindset and 5% strategy for that. And the reconditioning process involves repetition, images, and emotion. Okay, so those are the 4 steps. I didn't want to keep people too long on this. Yes, we have to catch up. Hey, Wade, how are you doing? We have to catch up Ashley soon. Hey, Nikki. But those are the 4 steps again. Okay, awareness, understanding, separation, reconditioning, that we need to change. And to change is to be greater than time, our environment, the things around us, the inside game, what we experience on the inside first. Our beliefs will start to shape around us. And if you can see your beliefs as like a filing cabinet, your subconscious mind holds all of your beliefs, all of your experiences, the people that you've modeled growing up, the things that you've seen, the experiences that you've had in that filing cabinet. It's taking snap pictures of that. It's called a memory. And we have emotional quotients that are attached to that memory. And that's where a lot of beliefs come from. So we can remodel this, and we can bring bring the memories into the present without emotional attachment. That's called wisdom. And then again, picture it this way: your memories are all in a file cabinet. So if you're at your desk and you're pulling out files, that's what your brain does. So if I go and I have a identity that I'm not a public speaker, that's my example today. I love that example because it was true. And all of a sudden I'm on stage in my classroom, or I'm doing a coaching video, or I'm speaking in front of people, my subconscious mind's going to bring that belief up, whatever is on that deep-rooted subconscious. Not consciously, I could say, oh, I'm an amazing public speaker, I inspire people. But in that moment, it's going to bring the conditioning, the programming at that deep core level. So you need to pay attention to these 4 stages of change. And you need to use repetition, emotions, and images to recondition your beliefs. And as you recondition your beliefs from the inside out, your external world is going to begin to change. Okay? That is the message. I hope you got some value out of this. Comment below. Share this with people. This is powerful. It may seem like, oh, everyone knows this, or maybe you don't know this. There's some golden gems that I just dropped in here. Life-changing if you apply them. It's a strategy. It's a process that could change your life. It depends on the user. Okay, none of these strategies, none of this material, none of these programs, none of these coaches, none of these gurus have the power. You have the power. It's up to us. It's up to you to take those steps. So again, drop a comment what you liked. Reza, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Massive value. Tell me what you liked in the comment sections. Ashley, tell me what you liked, and you can share this as well, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everyone. Until next time.